Okay, welcome back to section 3. Now hopefully you're thinking, well, if you can do that on that shape with these strings, and you can do that with these strings, maybe you can do that with the next set of strings. And the answer is, not really. If I do the same progression, not very nice. Okay, so we might have to learn a new shape. I'm sorry about that. Shape I'm going to show you it's one of the most useful ones I've ever come across, to be honest. It's going to be the first finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. It's actually an A. And the 3rd finger, for reasons I'll explain in a minute, is on the 3rd fret of the B string. And this time we're just going to concentrate on the top 4 strings. That's a great sound too. It's actually a D sus2. Again, the name's not important. It sounds nice. What does it sound like if you move it up to the 5th fret? I love that sound, that's so cool. And again, maybe move it up to the 7th fret. So just try a little strumming pattern so you get used to the position shifts, and then we'll try and maybe work on a bit more of the right hand stuff. So now you've got to try and avoid these bottom 2 strings. Okay. 2, 3, 4. That sounds pretty cool. I think what we're going to try and do is a little picking exercise on this. What you're going to be doing, hopefully, is starting basically just taking care of the top 4 strings here, okay? And you're going to pick. So you go down on the 1st string, up on the next string, down, and then up. In fact, you might even just want to use that little pattern where you're getting used to it to shift the chord shape up. Hopefully there's going to be points during the DVD that you think, oh, that sounds like Pink Floyd, or that sounds like Rush, or that sounds like whoever. Because you know, although these are fairly easy shapes to play, that doesn't mean to say they're baby shapes. You know, everyone uses them. This it's reminding me of something at the moment. I think it's Neil Young off the Harvest album. There's definitely those 2 chords happening. So we're going to try a little variation on that little picking thing. Now you've got used to going up, we're going to try and go up and down. Now there's no real rules to this, but ideally you should be going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's called alternate picking. Basically you alternate between down and up strokes. 3 and 4 and maybe move it up another 2 frets. Maybe back down again. That's the one I really like. May take another day or two if you've never picked before to get up to that speed, but no, I'm kidding. This is obviously a lot of hard work here, but yeah, the purpose of this DVD is to hopefully inspire you, throw a whole bunch of ideas at you, and then you go away and fiddle with it for a year or so, and hopefully get some good stuff out of it. Okay, so you might think, so far we've only used 2 fingers on any of these chord shapes. Well, why not? You know, you might be ready to add some more. So why not? Here we go. Now this is the reason why I said use the first finger there and the third finger on that string, because we're going to put this second finger. It's kind of a little tricky to begin with, just to get it underneath the first finger. Ideally, you want this on the major third. That is, it's the 2nd fret of the top E string. Okay, so that's the kind of shape we're aiming for now. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So we can take that same movement from the 2nd fret up to the 5th fret, up to the 7th fret, back to the 5th, or another popular thing would be to start on the 5th fret, move the whole shape down a semitone, down another semitone, this is such a useful shape as well. Yeah, you can just hear that was that almost went into a yes tune then. What else could we do? We could move this up just 2 frets. Why not move it up 2 frets? Ah, that sounds familiar as well. So all we're doing is just moving this chord shape around. Now the little finger is kind of looking a little lonely at the moment, so I think we should maybe just add it to 1 or 2 little chord shapes just for a bit of fun here. This is the final thing we're going to do in this section, and you'll definitely recognise it off a Michael Jackson tune, off a Queen tune, off an old Argent tune, if you remember back that far. What we're going to do is we're going to add the little finger just to the 3rd fret of the top E string, and then take it off again. It's called a sus4. Again, not important, but that's the sus4 going back to the 3. In fact, it's a John Lennon tune as well, I seem to remember. Woman. So let's just take a fairly easy strumming pattern, and we're just going to experiment with that chord and add in the little finger on and see what we end up with. We're hearing the accents, and we're just going to add some extra little strums in there as well. See, so the hand is actually going, it's again 16th note, 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... but you don't really want to play all of the notes because it tends to sound a bit too mechanical. So actually, I've just thought of one more thing we're going to add to this section, just for a bit of fun. I usually find with beginners they have problems kind of missing the bottom strings, so you may end up with something that sounds a little bit like that. until you get used to where you hit the strings. So it's a nice little cheating thing you can do. What we're going to do, now that you've got the guitar perfectly in tune, we're going to take this bottom string and we're just going to tune it down a tone, down 2 frets. In other words, we want it to sound an octave below that note. Okay, so there's that note. And you just kind of tune it down until they sound about right. Just going to give it a little pull. Harmonics. I shall add that later probably, if we get time. Or may even be on the next DVD, who knows. So now, you can get away with these chord shapes that we were doing earlier. But now, you can hit all 6 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic.